Okay, so continuing with the activities, okay, in this case, the lesson number 3, okay, we are going to make a reading. Vamos a hacer una actividad de lectura, ¿ya? Y luego ejercicios relacionados con eso. Decimos, print or digital. What the research tells us. ¿Qué es mejor? ¿Impreso o digital? Ok, it depends. En mi caso yo creo que depende. Ya, depende de la practicidad, depende de lo que te guste. Ok, it depends. So, in this case, I prefer sometimes, of course, it's print, but sometimes digital is practical. Esa es mi opinión. Entonces, vamos a leer. ¿Qué dice acá? Leer y escuchar al mismo tiempo. Ok, este audio de reading también se los voy a subir para que ustedes lo puedan escuchar las veces que necesiten. Ok, so here we go.
Today, educational publishers offer students and teachers an array of digital educational materials that are attractive and less expensive than traditional print materials. Additionally, a growing number of students use random websites for study as well, although these can be less trustworthy than materials created by established educational publishers. High school and college students, who are all digital natives, believe they can read faster from a digital source than from a traditional print textbook. However, when they are asked which kind of materials they prefer to learn from, surprisingly, many prefer print. Studies have shown that students are correct about speed. And speed would seem to be an advantage because an education requires a vast amount of reading. Unfortunately, however, there are recent indications that speed doesn't necessarily improve learning outcomes. As an example, one recent study of 90 university students found that when students read a text longer than one page, their comprehension of main ideas was equally good from print and digital sources. But when the students were tested on key details or specific information, they performed better when they had learned from print. What could account for this difference? Some believe that identifying details in a text longer than one page requires more focus than simply understanding its main ideas. Researchers believe that the reason comprehension of key details is lower when students learn from a digital source is distraction. It has been found that the act of scrolling through digital material, as opposed to turning the pages of a book, disrupts students' attention. Another theory is that online sources contain numerous hyperlinks that distract students by drawing their focus away from the original article. Clicking on links and reading them makes it hard for students to remember what they had been reading. So is the trend towards digital learning a good thing? In many ways, it is. Nevertheless, in spite of the advantages of cost and convenience, and the fact that students can read digital texts faster, several recent studies have indicated that when students are given a choice between print and digital course materials, a majority of them choose print. Some say that it's easier to underline or highlight important points and then find them again when they need to study. Others say that they want to keep their book after the course is finished. Many e-textbooks are only available for one semester, and then students lose access. One study of more than 500 US college students found that of students who had used both print and digital texts, 57% preferred print, although 21% liked a mixture of both. A newer study found that 92% of college students say they preferred physical books. We know that digital educational materials are here to stay, and their use is growing. Over time, students' preferences may change, especially if publishers can offset some of the things students say they don't like about digital materials.
Good, interesting. Okay, I found it very interesting, this text. So now we are going to see the same. Okay, understand the main idea. So what represents the main idea of the article? So we have three options here. Students believe that they can read an e-textbook faster than a traditional print would. Digital textbooks are less expensive and more convenient than traditional printed books. Or while there are advantages and disadvantages to both print and digital formats of educational material, a majority today is still print. Yeah, of course, that's it. Good. understand the details. Okay, so in this case, what you have to do, you have to write this down again in your copybook, okay, and I will show you the answers. I mean, the options. Okay, you have to choose one of the two. Okay, and there you are. So, let's see. Students believe they can read a text faster when it is digital format. I don't think so, but it's up to them. A recent study has discovered that when students read text longer than a page, their comprehension of main ideas is the same from either print or digital sources. When students study from a digital text, their comprehension of key detail is worse than when they study from print. Researchers have suggested that some reason why some types of comprehension suffer from when students read from digital text. And finally, when students are asked which kind of textbook they like better, print or digital, several studies report that most choose print. Yeah, that would be me too. Ok, vocabulario, gramática. Importante que pueden destacar acá, ¿cierto? La idea es que pongan atención en las palabras, en las formas que están escritas, en el contexto, ¿verdad? Y en la gramática utilizada, ¿ya? Para enriquecer, enrich su nivel, ¿ok? Es la idea que ustedes, todo el material que yo les entrego, de reading, de listening, ¿cierto? Traten de sacar el mayor provecho de eso, ¿ok? Entonces, la tarea para esta semana va a ser una revisión de la unidad, ¿ok? De la unidad que estábamos viendo, ya que es What We Read. Entonces va a haber gramática, vocabulario involucrado y temas involucrados con eso, ¿ok? Va a haber un audio también, que voy a subir el audio para que hagan la tarea que es una revisión, ¿ok? Good.